You are Locked On Warriors POSTCAST, part of Locked On Sports San Francisco on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Yo, what's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Locked On Warriors POSTCAST. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel. You may know me as the former producer for the Murph and Mac Morning Show on KMBR. And tonight, the Warriors led it at half, but fell flat in the second half as they ultimately fell to the Minnesota Timberwolves 117-110. And that third quarter was absolutely atrocious for the Warriors. Jimmy Butler was not his usual playoff Jimmy self tonight, as he was relatively passive and did not get to the free throw line as much as the Warriors needed him to, was not aggressive scoring the ball the way they needed him to be, and just did not look like the playoff Jimmy that we've come to know and love in a short time here in Golden State. And Steph Curry will travel with the team to Minnesota for Game 5, but will be a game time decision. And without Steph, the Warriors really have no shot to win the series. We'll break it all down, but first, I want to thank all of you for watching us on the Locked On Sports San Francisco YouTube channel. Please, if you aren't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button right now. Thanks also for listening on the Locked On Warriors podcast feed, and make sure to check out the Locked On Warriors Daily Show for more in-depth coverage. And this one, early on, I was really encouraged by what I saw from the Warriors, by what I saw from Jonathan Kuminga, who came out and led the team with 16 points in the first half. He was getting to the free throw line. He was 8 of 8 from that free throw line. And Kuminga ultimately finished with 23, 11 of 12 from the free throw line. So it's a decent night. Even though we went 6 for 13 shooting the ball, you'd like to see that number get a little bit better. But he was being aggressive. He was getting into the teeth of the defense. He was working around bigger bodies. He kept taking Naz Reid off the dribble right to the rim. And I really enjoyed watching what I saw from Kuminga in that first half. And the Wolves did adjust a little bit in that second half, but just not enough shooting from this Warriors team. And we have been saying this all season long. This is nothing new about this Warriors team. The shooting is just not there. Most of these rotations that Steve Kerr is sending out only have one real shooter in them, and it's just not working. The spacing isn't working. There's no flow to this offense at all. And without Steph, obviously you don't have the centerpiece of your team. It's going to look a lot different. Steph is the straw that stirs the drink in so many different ways. He's the guy who sets up other people with just the gravity that he draws out there on the court. And without Steph, there's no one that you really need to double team on the floor right now, except for maybe Jimmy in some situations. But there's no one that you're running off the 3-point line, really. Brandon Podziemski has been pretty lackluster in these playoffs. Again, just 3 for 14 from pods tonight. Buddy, who's been pretty good, man. He's been awesome so far in this postseason in spurts. But tonight, it wasn't a terrible game from Buddy, but it was far less than what you would have needed from a guy like Buddy to win. He's the one bona fide shooter on this team right now that's actually able to make shots. Only 2 guys on the Warriors hit more than 1 3-pointer tonight, and it was Buddy Hield and Draymond Green. And if Draymond Green is your sharpshooter out there, your second leading scorer, you're probably not going to win that playoff game, at least not when Draymond's in the stage of his career that he's at. Maybe once upon a time, like younger version of Draymond could have been that guy at certain points. But Draymond at this stage in his career should not be your second leading scorer in a playoff game. That it's just not going to work out for you if that's the situation. You also can't turn the ball over 14 times and expect to, or 15 times, excuse me, and expect to win a game. The Warriors were doing a great job beating the Wolves on the glass and on second chance points and points in the paint. That were absolutely dominating all those categories in the first half, and especially the rebounds. That was a big surprise to me. But in the second half, the Wolves dominated on the glass and ended up out-rebounding the Warriors in this one 49-47. And that's a big deal, because without those rebounds, the Warriors can't push the break, and they got beat in fast break points tonight by the Wolves. And you got to find some way to make up those missed points from the 3-point arc, and fast break points, second chance points, points in the paint. All those things you're going to have to win if you're the Warriors and you're shooting below 30% from the 3-point line. You have to figure out a way to continue to get to the free throw line, to continue to rebound against this team who is just an absolute monster on the glass. I mean, you have so many big bodies on the Wolves. It's really hard to go in there and battle for boards. And the Warriors did a great job of it in that first half. They had 14 offensive rebounds in this one, which I thought was pretty good. But ultimately, it just was not enough for the Warriors to come out on top in this one. So a lot of things just did not go the Warriors' way tonight. And it could have been, if they had won this game, it would have been a completely different complexion going into Minnesota with the series tied at 2 games apiece. But now with the Warriors trailing 3-1, I mean, it's all hands on deck right now going back to Minnesota. And that's why I think you'll probably end up seeing Steph Curry play in some capacity in Game 5, because I don't know that Steph has it in his body to be able to sit down in that game and not play, even if he's, 30%, maybe like 40%. I mean, there's no way that hamstring is healed yet. But I mean, I think he's going to go run himself out there and try and make it work. And who knows how effective he's going to be. Obviously, if he gets an open 3, he can still cash that no matter how hurt that hamstring is. But can he get open? Can he still run? Can he still cut? Can he still get off screens? Without Steph, there's realistically no chance for this Warriors team to beat this Timberwolves team. And the Wolves, they're a very, very, very solid team. And maybe you want to look back at the regular season record between the two teams and say that, the Warriors were the better team in the regular season than the Timberwolves head to head. But the Warriors got most of those wins against the Wolves in the early part of the season when they were really struggling, when they were really slumping. And right now, Julius Randle and Anthony Edwards look damn near unstoppable offensively. Julius Randle, 31 points, and just a huge, huge mismatch for everybody on this Warriors team defensively. They can't slow him down. He goes 4 of 8 from 3-point range, 11 of 21 from the field, 31 points. He had 5 boards. He had 3 assists. He also had a block and a steal. Like, this guy was taking guys off the dribble, was shooting fadeaway jumpers from the mid-range that were falling. Like, there wasn't a single thing that Julius Randle was not able to do tonight out on the basketball court. And Anthony Edwards did his normal Anthony Edwards stuff. He was over 50% from the 3-point line, 11 of 21 from the field as well, and they just beaten up on the Warriors. He also had 5 assists, 4 boards, couple steals. They were everywhere tonight. The Wolves were on the offensive end of the floor. They could not be stopped. And everybody, all their role players did their jobs. Jaden McDaniels played a great game defensively. He also had 13 boards. So the Wolves are a very complete team, man. And they got a couple of real good bench players. Dante DiVincenzo, we all know how great he was for the Warriors in their championship run. Naz Reid, another great body to have off that bench. So it's just tough. This is a very, very complete Minnesota Timberwolves team, and the Warriors have major gaping holes in their team. Like, there isn't a single thing about this Timberwolves team that I can look at and say, they really lack blank, except for maybe depth. Like, that's the one thing that this team doesn't really have. But the Warriors, the reason that they appear to have depth is because all their role players are pretty underachieving. Like, a lot of these guys have just been kind of most of the season, and they've been carried by their top end talent, by Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry, and just having like one other guy pop any given night. And obviously Draymond doing his thing on the defensive end of the floor, but offensively, you just don't have enough firepower. This is the same story we've been talking about all year long with the Warriors. Who do you trust to shoot the ball, to carry the scoring load, aside from maybe Jimmy Butler? And Buddy Hield on a given night. Jonathan Kuminga tonight was the guy with 23 points, but everybody else, man, it's just not enough. It's just absolutely not enough. Gary Payton, 3 points on 1 of 5 shooting. He's not a shooter, so you can't really expect him to be putting up big scoring numbers. But Kevon Looney, 14 minutes, 8 points, a pretty solid production from Looney for what he does on the offensive end of the floor, but just not what you need. If you have to have a guy like Brandon Podziemski step up and actually be a bona fide third scoring option if they want a chance to win against this Timberwolves team. Because I don't know, again, how Steph is going to be able to run off that leg, to cut and be able to actually have explosiveness going to the rim it's going to be a long shot for the Warriors to win this series. Now, they've come back from down 3-1 before. We've seen them do it against the Thunder, but that was a much different era for the Golden State Warriors. That was not what we're looking at right now. So this one could be over in 5 in Minnesota if the Warriors aren't able to pull out that win. So we'll see what happens. But the only thing that's for certain, in my opinion, is that without Steph, this Warriors team has absolutely no shot. Stick around on the Locked On Warriors postcast. We got a couple more things to get into, including tonight's turning point, what you'll be talking about, and tonight's player of the game. All those coming up next on the Locked On Warriors postcast. Today's show is sponsored by DoorDash. NBA fans, you know what time it is. Playoff season means bigger performances and even bigger rewards. DoorDash is bringing the heat with a slam dunk deal for Dash Pass members during the 2025 NBA playoffs. It's called They Swoosh, You Score. Anytime a player drops 50 or more points in a playoff game, Dash Pass members score a free 3-piece crispy tenders combo from Wingstop the very next day. Just place an order of $20 or more. Use the code WINGSTOP50 at checkout, and that combo is yours. Crispy, delicious, and totally free. Offer valid from noon to midnight the day after the game. Terms apply. And I love going to there's a Wingstop right down the street for me. I love DoorDash and some Wingstop. It especially hits late at night, man. Like you get those late night cravings. Wingstop always seems to hit the spot. So here's the play. Sign up for DoorDash to unlock this and more exclusive deals all season long. When any player scores 50 plus in a playoff game, Dash Pass members can grab a free 3-piece crispy tenders combo from Wingstop the next day with $20 or more order and code WINGSTOP50. That's Dash Pass. Your door to more savings, more flavor, and more ways to win. Terms apply. And today's show is also sponsored by Monarch Money. Ever check your bank account and wonder, where did all my money go? Between dining out, online shopping, and entertainment, it's easy to lose track. That's where Monarch Money comes in, your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app, it's a complete financial command center. You can track all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place. So you stop just managing your money and you start building wealth. It comes with all sorts of surprising insights. When I started using Monarch, I realized just how much I was spending on food delivery, and now I budget smarter and save even more. And it gives you all-in-one convenience. Instead of juggling multiple apps, you can use Monarch to check your finances, track spending, and even plan long-term goals. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONNBA at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, code LOCKEDONNBA for half off your first year. And today's show is also sponsored by Hungryroot. Everyone in my house always has something going on. I call this busy season. I don't have a lot of time to go grocery shopping or to cook healthy meals at home, and that's why I use Hungryroot. Hungryroot is like having your own personal shopper and nutritionist wrapped into one. They take care of grocery shopping and meal planning, offering personal recommendations based on your taste and health goals. I love how Hungryroot tailors my orders based on what I like or didn't love. It gets smarter every single time. With their high-quality, nutritious food, you can stick to your gut-friendly, high-protein diet without spending hours planning out your meals. And your meals come together in 15 minutes or less, giving you more time for workouts, family, hobbies. Maybe you have multiple jobs like me. Like, it gives you time to juggle all these different responsibilities. Take advantage of this exclusive deal. Get 40% off your first box plus a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/LockedOnNBA and use code LockedOnNBA. That's hungryroot.com/LockedOnNBA, code LockedOnNBA for 40% off and a lifetime free item. Welcome back to the Locked On Warriors postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel, and tonight the Warriors fall 3-1 to the Minnesota Timberwolves. This one 117-110. It really was not that close, as that third quarter really got away from the Warriors, and the Wolves pushed it to a 20-point lead, and that brings me to tonight's turning point.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
And the Wolves went on a 17-point run, 17-0 run in that third quarter. And that was just the nail in the coffin for the Warriors. I mean, it just wouldn't stop. It felt like It was through that middle third of that third quarter, about maybe 8 minutes left in that quarter, until there was maybe about 4 minutes left, 3 minutes left, and it was just never ending. It was just an avalanche of scoring from the Wolves. Warriors couldn't do anything to stop it. Warriors could not make a shot. They literally did not hit a 3-point shot at all in that third quarter, and didn't hit one for what felt like most of the fourth quarter either, until we got into legitimate garbage time minutes. But the Warriors in that third quarter, man, they were absolutely horrendous from the field. Just 37%, 7 of 19. Meanwhile, the Timberwolves, 15 of 23 from the floor in that third quarter. I mean, we could have just ended that game after the third. This one, the Warriors had no chance in coming back, even though the final score was only a 7-point difference. It felt a lot bigger than that. The Warriors did not seem to have a real chance of coming back in this one. You got extended run for all the bench guys at the end in this one. It just not great for the Warriors tonight, especially in that third quarter, which was just the nail in the coffin for the Dubs. After they entered halftime with a 2-point lead, like I said earlier, I was encouraged. And then that third quarter rolled along, and Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle said, yeah, no, not without Steph. No chance. So the Warriors didn't have the scoring to keep pace with the Wolves. And that was the big difference in this game. And for tonight's player of the game, we got to give it to the one Warrior who actually did his part on offense.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
And tonight's player of the game, there's only really one person that we could logically give it to. We're not gonna give it to a guy like Brandon Pajemski or Moses Moody or any of these other underachieving role players. It's got to go to Jonathan Kuminga. Jonathan Kuminga is the only guy who looked like he was determined to even the series up tonight on the Warriors. I mean, 23 points for Kuminga. He was aggressive in that first half. I loved how often he was getting to the free throw line. 11 of 12 from the charity stripe, and maybe this is going to boost his value a little bit. I think a lot of us just kind of feel that Kuminga's not coming back in the offseason. So maybe if you're the Warriors, you can sell someone on a sign and trade based on a game like this in the postseason. But it just kind of sucks to know that this guy has this type of potential, and the Warriors can't figure out how to fit him in with this team when it's fully healthy. Like without Steph on the court, there seems to be more space for Kuminga to slide into rotations without Jimmy Butler out there on the floor. Because with Kuminga coming off the bench and Butler dominating the non-Steph minutes, it's hard to have them both on the floor at the same time. They both do a lot of the same things, want to occupy the same spaces on the floor. It's just tough to have those two out there at the same time for sake of team continuity and chemistry. But I have to feel like there's a way to make this work, because Jonathan Kuminga is so damn talented, so athletic. You have to figure out a way to get a guy like this going. And you saw tonight what he can offer. 23 points in 30 minutes. I mean, this guy off the bench was a spark plug for the Warriors when they absolutely needed it, but no one else could contribute. I mean, Jimmy Butler only had 14 points. He was a minus 30 plus minus tonight. So, I mean, Jimmy was just not very good, not as aggressive as you wanted him to be. 5 of 9 from the field and 4 of 5 from the free throw line. A game where Jonathan Kuminga is making more than double the amount of free throws that Jimmy Butler is. It's probably not going to go the way that you want it to if you're a Warriors fan. And before we get on out of here, we got to get into what you'll be talking.
This is what you'll be talking about.
And what you'll be talking about is that without Steph, there is absolutely no shot for the Warriors to win this series. I mean, you're down 3-1. It's do or die time. Going back to Minnesota. We'll see if Steph can make some magic happen and get on the court. He is traveling with the team out to Minnesota. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But it's not looking good for the Dubs. And the season hangs in the balance right now. So we'll see what happens in Game 5. That's about all the time that we got for you guys today here on the Locked On Warriors postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel. We'll be coming to you live after Game 5 in Minnesota on Wednesday. So tune in for the show, and we'll be coming to you live as we always do on the Locked On Warriors postcast. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Peace.